Welcome to Thankful Thursday. It's the Thankful Thursday edition of Serenity Before Sunrise, and I am so glad that you are here. I'm always glad that you're here. That's always my opening line. I am so glad that you are here. Isn't it wonderful to wake up or click on to a video and just have somebody tell you, thank you for being here, thank you for being you. So, thank you just for showing up for yourself. If this information is helpful, do please let me know in the comments or the DMs or emails or however you choose to communicate. But just thank you. Thank you for being here and taking the time to watch, okay? I am appreciative of you and your presence. Thank you for all of the likes and shares, and I appreciate especially the subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have something coming up for you shortly, so please don't feel like I've forgotten you. I haven't. I am sending you out something over the weekend, so just hold tight a little longer. But today we are talking about another voice, the last and final voice of the loudest. So, this one of the loudest, it's the critic. The critic is always there, it is ever present. Why? Because it's always trying to change whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're saying. The critic always has an alternate way, another suggestion, or how you should have done something as opposed to the way you did it. So I'm sure you are quite familiar. It's a voice you know very well. Unless you've learned to silence it, then help everybody else around you try to do the same. But the critic has good intentions. The critic wants to protect you. The critic wants you to not suffer rejection. The critic wants you to not be not only rejected, but not embarrassed. The critic doesn't want you to suffer embarrassment. So it's a valiant effort. However, it is not entirely plausible. In your younger years, the critic was really a helpful tool in keeping you away from the things that may have hurt you. However, as you learned as you get older, it kind of helped you less not suffer embarrassment or rejection. It kind of sent you into a spiral of self-sabotage. There's a few ways that the critic has done that. The first one is perfection. The critic always wants you to be perfect. And I'm just referring to my notes, so making sure I give you everything. The critic helps you to think that if something isn't flawless, it is worthless. And that's so far from the truth. You're not going to obtain perfection. Let's just get it out there right now. We've said that with all of the three voices. They want you to be perfect. They want you to present as perfect. But you're not going to do that. You're always going to mess up. The critic convinces you that your value lies in doing everything right. You spend more time preparing than progressing. Now that's a word right there. You spend more time in the preparation phase, less time actually taking action, so you don't necessarily get all of the fruits of your labor. So you're laboring to make things perfect and make sure you got all the information. I do that. I still suffer with that because I want to give you the most accurate information possible, and I spend time preparing. But unfortunately, if I don't ever get on here and hit go record or go live or anything like that, what good is all that preparation? Over apologizing. That's the next one that the critic kind of fools you into, for lack of a better word. You apologize for having the audacity to exist sometimes. Sometimes you just dim your light or play small just so other people around you can feel comfortable. I know quite a few of my coaching clients have had this issue. They don't want other people to feel uncomfortable around them, maybe because they're smarter, or maybe they have some type of other talent that other people look at them for. Or it could be beauty standards. They don't dress up because they don't want other people to feel like they are less than. But you are also doing yourself a disservice, because if you're not living your life to the fullest, whatever your talent, whatever your gift may be, what good is it? What good is it if nobody gets to see your true and authentic self? So dimming your light is not good for you, and it's not good for anybody else. The next one is procrastination. The critic causes you to go into a spiral of procrastination. You think if you don't start, you'll never fail. But you're failing anyway because you haven't started, right? It delay you. It delays you from disappointment, or so it thinks. Because again, if you don't start, you won't be disappointed by the results, and other people won't be disappointed in you for not achieving the level of expectation that you think you're supposed to have, or they think you're supposed to have. Overthinking. Sometimes overthinking is good. You want to work out all of the ways as much as you can that things can go wrong, but you kind of leave out the ways things can go right. So overthinking is good to an extent, but you have to have a handle on it. You need more information, you need more time, because you have all of these scenarios that you've thought up in your head that 99% of them won't come to pass. The last one is emotional avoidance. The critic tells you emotions are weak. It doesn't allow you to feel, because now you're feeling some type of way because you want to act but you're not. You're having a power struggle within yourself. You know, or you keep yourself distracted with work and caretaking if you're a caretaker, nurturing other people if that's what you do. You're doom scrolling or scrolling in general because you're avoiding feeling what you're feeling because of what the critic has told you. Your life is divided into categories. Only two. There are two. There's successes and there's failures. You don't give yourself credit for anything in between. And you possibly give up every time before you hit your breakthrough. You always stop doing something because you're not yielding the results that you want. But if you had just kept going, you would have hit your breakthrough, you would have hit your stride, and you would have gotten the results, at least some results that you can build on. Because there's nothing like having data or information that you can build on so you can go further. But if you never start, you never get that. So you sit around stewing because the critic told you whatever it is your output is, or whatever gift you have to offer the world, isn't worth giving. So these are all ways that have affected me personally. Being a gifted kid and then not doing all the things people expected of you is hard. Shout out to all the gifted kids, all of the ones that, didn't achieve exactly what people thought of you because you were gifted in school, or you were in different classes at school, or honor classes and things like that. Sometimes life just happens and you have to take another route. But here are some action steps. Of course, you already know number one is listen out for that critic's voice. Listen out for what it's telling you. And then lovingly shut it down. Lovingly let the critic know, hey, I got this. I see what's happening in my life. I see what it's doing. I see what you're trying to do for me. However, it's time for me to take control and navigate these waters on my own. Just step back a little bit. You can sit back, and if you feel like I'm doing something wrong, I'll take your advice into consideration. And you can tell this to people outside of yourself too, but your voice is the one you hear all the time. Talk back. It's Thankful Thursday. Like I said, forgive that voice and figure out how you can counter negative actions by yourself. So whatever you've been procrastinating on, whatever you've been avoiding, take one step towards that. You don't have to do the whole thing today, because as a person who has lots and lots and lots to do, you can break it down into little itty bitty steps and just have one small win and feel good about it. You're allowed to feel good about the small things. Share those wins. Go ahead, like I said, you're welcome to reach out anytime. Share the wins, because we want to cheer you on. The community wants to cheer you on. I got a whole community that I'm building for people who want to overcome these things. So I'll leave the links as soon as they are ready on posts in my bio and places like that, so you can connect, because you're not alone in this. And that's one thing the negative voices want you to feel like you're the only one that has ever been through something like this. And isolation is not good in any form. So show up for yourself, show up for others, because as much as you need encouragement, we need encouragement. We need your specific brand of encouragement, because it matters. All right, so have a wonderful Thursday, whatever Thursday you're watching this. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. It's going to be finally Friday. Friday. So we're going to, move into some celebratory things. All right, so enjoy your day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.